welcome back. I'm coming to you from my car today because it's just one of those crazy weekends. Have you ever gone to one of those hands-on museums where they have one of those marble mazes where you put the marble in at the top of the maze? Whichever chute you put it in, it just rolls down, just keeps rolling and twisting, and wherever the maze goes, it goes. That's kind of my weekend. So I thought this would be a perfect time to talk to you about the idea of what you're going to do when you have more time. So I'm going to be talking specifically about life with kids, but you're not off the hook if you're not a parent. When our kids are little, or when we have a job with long hours, or a long commute, or any number of things that limit our time, our finances, whatever, we tend to build lists in our head of things we're going to do when we have more time. I always say that when my kids were little, I thought I would have so much more time when they were older. And on one hand, it certainly is easier to go to the bathroom and take a shower now than it was when they were tiny. Overall, for every one way that my life lightens up because I'm just not so hands-on anymore, well, my kids find one more reason for me to take the Subaru out for a spin. I don't think of myself as one of those parents who pushes my kids into a million activities. My kids are both really talented at music, which means they get invited to do things. And it's an honor, and it's a lot of fun for them, and it's fun for me to see them do it, and I wouldn't have it any other way. I love it. My Subaru finds it a little rough. And the other thing with having older kids is that they don't always tell you about things till the last minute. We recently had a situation where I thought the baseball pants were at Dad's, and Dad thought the baseball pants were at my house, and guess who made an emergency trip to Dick's? Person, one more opportunity, one more Netflix show, making demands on our time. Don't kid yourself that that's going to change. We do what we make time for. And it's okay to decide not to do things. There are so many wonderful things you can do with your time. You can't do them all. Just find ways to fit in the things that you really want to be doing in the life you have today. I really want to encourage you to find ways to make time for the things you really want to be doing. And you may not get there as quickly as you'd like to. But if you move the needle just a little bit, all the time, you'll get closer to where you want to be. For me, one thing that's really important is exercise. And it's so easy for me to let that slide. My son has been taking guitar lessons at the same place for 4 years. Just before daylight savings time ended, I discovered a gorgeous set of paths right outside the building where he has lessons. So I've been taking advantage of that. And one thing that you don't realize when your kids are tiny, it's actually easier to exercise while they're still in the stroller, because they'll stay there. And then once they get out, you can't run again until they're in preschool. You really can't run again until they're in preschool. You can chase them, but you won't be able to have a sustained anything. Kids are great, but at all stages of life, they find ways to interrupt what we thought we were going to get done. I hope I've encouraged you to find ways to work towards your big goals within the life you have today. I'd love to hear in the comments about what you tell yourself you'll have time to get to later. If you enjoyed this video, click subscribe below. Whoa, that is just a lot of light in my face. Yeah, that's great. Do that. Just do that the whole time. Also, don't record when the card's in neutral. I sound like DJ Khaled for a minute here. Let's don't do that. I appreciate you. I appreciate you so much that I will look at the lens and not at my face so I don't look like I'm staring off in the middle distance. I'd love to hear in the comments about what you kid yourself about.